10th, chapter 87, verse number 3 to 13. So we'll read first slokas from 3 to 12, then we'll recite 13th verse. This is Parikshit Maharaj asked the question. I will just read before first and second slokas, then we'll go for second. See, Parikshit said, "O Brahmana, how can the Vedas directly describe the Supreme Absolute Truth, who cannot be described in words? The Vedas are limited to describing the qualities of material nature, but the Supreme is devoid of these qualities, being transcendental to all material manifestations and their causes." In reply to this, Sri Sukha Sukadeva Goswami said, "The Supreme Lord manifested the material intelligence, senses, mind and vital air of the living entities so that they could indulge their desires for sense gratification, take repeated births, to engage in futile activities, become elevated in future lives and ultimately attain liberation." So for further verses, Sukadeva Goswami speaking. Shaisha hi, verse number 3. Shaisha hi Upanishad Brahmi Purvesham Purvajair Dhrita Shraddhaya Dharayed Yastam Kshemam Gached Akinchanaha. Those who came before, even our ancient predecessors, meditated upon this same conventional knowledge of the absolute truth. Those who came before, even our ancient predecessors, meditated upon this same conventional knowledge of the absolute truth. Indeed, anyone who faithfully concentrates on this knowledge will become free from material attachments and attain the final goal of life. Purport: this confidential knowledge concerning the absolute truth should not be doubted, since it has been passed down through authoritative lines of learned sages from time immemorial. One who cultivates the science of the Supreme with reverence, avoiding the distractions of fruitive rituals and mental speculation, will learn to give up the false designations of the material body and mundane society. Thus he will become eligible for perfection. In the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the first two verses of this chapter can be considered an Upanishad on the topic of Brahman. So Sukadeva Goswami here disclaims authorship on the grounds that this Upanishad was spoken previously by Narada Muni, who himself heard it from Sanat Kumara. So here in this verse, based on hearing from Parampara, one should not doubt this knowledge, and anyone who faithfully concentrates on this knowledge will become free from material attachments and attain the final goal of life. So it is coming from the disciplic succession. The next verse. Atrate varna ishyami gatam narayananvitam nardasya cha samvadam risher narayanasya cha. In this connection, I will relate to you a narration concerning the Supreme Lord Narayana. It is about a conversation that once occurred between Sri Narayan Rishi and Narada Muni. So Sukadeva Goswami is relating a pastime between Narayan Rishi and Narada Muni. Purport: Lord Narayana is connected in two ways with the following narration, as its speaker and as the subject it describes. Ekada narado lokan paryatan bhagavad priya sanatanam rishim drishtum yayo narayanashramam. Once, while traveling among the various planets of the universe, the Lord's beloved devotee Narada went to visit the primal sage Narayana at his ashrama. Yovai Bharatavarshe Smin Kshemaya Swastaye Nanam Dharmagnana Samopetam Akalpad Astitas Tapaha. Translation. From the very beginning of Brahma's day, Lord Narayana Rishi has been undergoing austere penances in this land of Bharata while perfectly performing religious duties and exemplifying spiritual knowledge and self-control, all for the benefit of human beings in both this world and next. Let's take 7. Tatropavishtam rishibhi kalapa grama vasibhi paritan pranato prachad idam iva kuru davaha. There Narada approached Lord Narayan Rishi, who was sitting amidst sages of the village of Kalapa. After bowing down to the Lord, O hero of the Kurus, Narada asked him the very same question you have asked me. Tasmai hi avachad Bhagavan Rishinam Shanvatam idam Yo Brahma Vada Purvesham Janaloka Nivasinam. As the sages listened, Lord Narayan Rishi related to Narada an ancient discussion about the absolute truth that took place among the residents of Janaloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Swayambhuva Brahma Satram Janaloke Bhavat Pura Tatra Sthanam Manasanam Muninam Udvaretasam. The personality of Godhead said, O son of self-born Brahma, once long ago on Janaloka, wise sages who resided there performed a great sacrifice to the absolute truth by vibrating transcendental sounds. These sages, mental sons of Brahma, were all perfect celibates. Purport. Sridhar Swami explains that the word Satram here refers to a Vedic sacrifice in which all the participants are equally qualified to serve as priests. In this instance, each of the sages present in Janaloka could speak equally well on the topic of Brahman. Verse number 10. Svetadvipam gatavati tvai drishtum tad ishwaram brahmavada su samvrittaha shrutayo yatra serate tatra hayam abhut prashnas tvam mam yam anuprachasi. At the time you happened to be visiting the Lord on Svetadipa, that Supreme Lord in whom the Vedas lie down to rest during the period of universal annihilation. At that time you happened to be visiting the Lord on Svetadipa, that Supreme Lord is in whom the Vedas lie down to rest during the period of universal annihilation. A lively discussion arose among the sages on Janaloka as to the nature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Indeed, the same question arose then that you are asking me now. तुल्यश्रुता तपस्शीला तुल्य स्वीयारी मध्यमाः अपि चक्रुः प्रवचनाम् एकम शुश्रूषवो परे. Although the sages were all equally qualified in terms of Vedic study and austerity, and although they all saw friends, enemies and neutral parties equally, they choose one of their number to be the speaker, and the rest became eager listeners. Then they choose Sri Sanandana among them, and Sanandana is speaking. Sri Sanandana replied. So we will recite from this verse number 13. Verse number 12 is Sri Sanandana Uvacha Swasishtam idam apiya Shayanam sa shaktivi tadante bodhayam chakshu tallingai sutiya param. So then we will recite the verse. We will recite the verse which is on the board. Yata shayanam samrajyam vandinastat parakrame Petusha betya sushloker bodhayanti anujivinaha yata shayanam samrajyam vandinasta parakrame Petusha betya sushloker bodhayanti anujivinaha yata shayanam samrajyam vandinasta parakrame pratyusha betya sushloker bodhayanti anujivinaha. Sri Sanandana replied, after the Supreme Lord withdrew the universe he had previously created, he lay for some time as if asleep, and all his energies rested dormant within him. When the time came for the next creation, the personified Vedas awakened him by chanting his glories. Just as the poets serving a king approach him at dawn and awaken him by reciting his heroic deeds. Purport. At the time of creation, the Vedas are the first emanation from the breathing of Lord Mahavishnu, and in personified form they serve him by waking him from his mystic sleep. This statement made by Sanandana implies that Sanaka and other sages had asked him the same question the Narada had asked Narayan Rishi, and Maharaj Parikshit had asked Sukadeva Goswami. Sanandana refers the question back to the example of the personified Vedas themselves in their address to Lord Mahavishnu. Even though the Vedas knew that the Lord, being omniscient, does not need to be informed of his glories, they enthusiastically took this opportunity to praise him. So here first Parishit Maharaj asked the question about the nature of the absolute truth, how the Vedas can describe, because he is beyond the modes of material nature, and adokshaja cannot be explained to any of the words of this material world. Then in this connection, Sukadeva Goswami was relating how it was heard in the disciplic section, then about the conversation between Lord Narayan Rishi and Narada Muni. Then in that conversation, Narayan Rishi, he speaks about how in about the discussion about the absolute truth that took place among the residents of Janaloka, where they were discussing about the nature of the absolute there. Then the same thing it went to again at the beginning of the creation. They choose among them one of the speaker, Sanandana, and Sanandana replies how it was spoken by the Vedas, personified Vedas. So it went on back till the personified Vedas speaking about the absolute truth. That's why the chapter name is the prayers of the personified Vedas. So here, when the time of creation, before that Lord will be in sleeping state, or in transcendental in sleeping state, and all the jivas are in the sense they are inside the body of the Lord. They are also in a sleeping state. All the jivas with all their desires in the settled form. Those jivas get purified, they go back to Godhead, and those who have to continue their fruitive activities, they are all in the go into the body of the Lord, and again creation starts, Mahatattva, all that. So here, just before the time of creation, the Vedas in their personified form, they are glorifying the Supreme Lord here. Like here the example given as the king. Previously in the ages, the kings used to keep some poets who can sing their glories so that they will get inspiration, enthusiasm to do their kingliship duties. So the king pays them to speak the glories. But it has its role. When somebody praises us, we'll get utsaha. We get enthusiasm to do the things. So one of the important way to inspire anyone to do things, by praising the person, he will get so much energy. So here the personified Vedas, they are praising the Lord. So this is not unnatural, it is natural, praising. But glories must be true. So, so when we get up, we keep alarm, something, some sound it comes. But we can hear the glories of the Lord. By modern invention, we have alarms. We can put some song. So you can put some ringtone. Ringtone. The ringtone, you can put some glories of the Lord. We can hear the glories of the Lord as soon as we get up. So that we get enthusiasm to serve the Lord. Here, Lord is getting up to for creation, so they are glorifying the Lord, how He creates and purpose of creation, all these things. I read only few verses ahead, but they are glorifying Lord in very enthusiastically. So here we learn some things from these slokas, where Sukadeva Goswami is quoting what he ancient history, how the conversation took place between Narayan Rishi and Narada Muni, and then it goes back to Janaloka, among the sages in Janaloka. Then it goes back to Vedas. So this is disciplic suction, or hearing from parampara. No mental speculation or concoction about the nature of the absolute truth. But nowadays, people don't consult the Vedas or don't read, hear from parampara, and they make their own concoctions, what is absolute truth. And consequently, people have no understanding of God, demigods, and everything is same, and people follow different things. Yatomat tatopat, aisa. So, and people make their own gods. Finally, everybody say that he is God, you are God, I am God, everyone is God, because people don't know what is the nature of the absolute truth. Don't read Vedas or these scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, even other Vedic scriptures. So people come to conclusion of different according to their mental concoctions. So we are fortunate that we are came in touch with devotees. Fortunately, by reading Prabhupada books, even if you read few pages, you can understand easily who is God. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada says in every page. So we are fortunate to get the association of devotees who are practicing that. One thing is just reading book, maybe theoretically it may appeal nice, but to understand it or not, to doubts get clarified, and to see people who are practicing. So we are more fortunate to see people among us, our seniors, practically who are practicing that in their own lives, engaging in devotional service. So we are more fortunate to be in that. So we should take advantage of be in the association of devotees and to practice sincerely in our own lives and engage in devotional service. And today, from today onwards, like now we are offering Kartik month is starting tomorrow, and we from like today night you can say start. So we will go through some glories of this month, so that we will be able to so that we will enthusiastically perform this Kartik month Vrata and offering lamb to the Lord Yashoda Damodar. Here it said in the scriptures that Kartika is the best among and most glorious month, purest of the pure. It is particularly dear to the Lord Krishna because it is the month of Srimati Radharani. This month is full of love of the Lord towards His devotees. Any vow followed in this month, even a small one, brings tremendous results. The essence of Kartik Vrata is to satisfy Shri Radha Damodar with our more and more better devotional service to them. So in this month we can do more, engage in devotional activities, chanting more rounds or doing something special to the Lord, especially offering lamp to the Lord. So, Kirtika is the name of the third daughter of Prajapati Daksha. Its name is there, but it was a custom in Vraja to name girls after Daksha's daughter. So the name of Radharani's mother was Kirtika or Kirtida, and Radharani became known as Kartiki, which means born of Kirtika. Sri Sanatana Goswami gave us the key to understanding the significance of the holy month of Kartika. Krishna says, Masanam Margashirshoham. Of months I am Margashirsha, November, December it comes. Kartika precedes Margashirsha. Therefore, Kartika represents Srimati Radharani. So Gaudiya Vaishnavas follow Kartik Vrata especially to satisfy Srimati Radharani by worshipping her during this month. So Srimati Radharani Radhika is most famous for her compassion. Therefore we follow the rules and regulations of Kartik Vrata, which are called Niyama Seva. So that Srimati Radharani will pour upon us her divine compassion. So in this month, if our motive should be to please, Srimati Radharani, so that she may show compassion on us. Because Prabhupada says, you cannot approach Krishna directly, but if you pray to in Parampara, Srimati Radharani, if she requests Krishna to accept us, Krishna will accept. So in this month we can have this within mind to please pray to Radharani and do some more devotional activities. And in this month it is full of pastimes. Damodar Leela, Govardhan Leela, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Kartik Vrata is more important than any other vows during the year. So this is like more like, it happens for 1 month. So we can think if we are taking any vows or want to do something every day, we can think properly and so that we should be able to do whole month. एक दो दिन होने के बाद फिर so we can think and how we can do it all the month. With other festivals it is 1 day, and you may do some fasting and other different and chant more rounds, but it is like we can think of doing for the whole month. So we can think uh, how we can do it for the whole month. And also in this month we can find out opportunities where we can give this opportunity to others also, to engage in devotional service, offering lamps to all. Many of the devotees, they do new programs in different houses, because people, they may not directly chanting, or they may not like to hear, or but just if you make a program of offering lamp program in the homes, so people will be ready to keep programs in their homes. So by that way we can, and whoever offers lamp in this month, they will come back to God in this in different Puranas, Skanda Purana, they all say, daily offering ghee lamp to Radha Damodar or any Radha Krishna deity and sing Damodar Ashtakam. And so many other, any devotional activities in this month will have more, the result is more, and especially you get the blessings and mercy comes from up, from Krishna and Radharani and Guru Parampara. So we can take this month as an opportunity to give others also devotional service, of arranging programs, offering lamps in their homes, and make them start devotional service by offering lamps every day. By that they can come get in touch with devotees and engage in devotional service. And in this month we have Yatra in this month, and Govardhan Puja, it is on November 2nd. This time we are thinking of doing Govardhan Puja festival here, thoda bada level mein, so that everybody will come to temple and honor Giriraj Prasad. So in this and also in this month it is residing in holy place like Mathura and performing their devotion service. That is more very significant, Mathura Vas in this month. So we are getting opportunity to stay in temple and perform devotional service. So we can take full advantage of in this month, to engaging in more intense devotional service. Normally, unfortunate thing is, even though like myself, I can say, even staying in temple, if we don't fully engage in devotional service, because everybody, we are all searching for pleasure. If we don't get that in devotional service, we try to get it from other things. So this thirst, trishna, if you don't search for Krishna in your life, we search for trishna, matlab like mirage, which you don't really get. But if we like Parikshit Maharaj, when he was thirsty, he went to Samik Rishi. He was so thirsty that he felt offended. I came to your home, you are not giving water. So he put a dead snake over Samik Rishi. Although it is arrangement of the Lord, you can learn if we are not satisfied in Krishna consciousness, we feel disturbed in our life, and we do wrong things. But the same Parikshit Maharaj, when he came to know that he was will die in 7 days, he came in the shelter of Sukadeva Goswami. He was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the glories of the Lord, continuously for 7 days without drinking water, sleeping, nothing, no other things other than just hearing the glories of the Lord. So, following in the footsteps of Parikshit Maharaj, if we want to give up thirst of this material world, we should hear the glories of the Lord always. When we are doing performing services, all the time, and we have more opportunity. Now we have all recorded lectures about Krishna Katha by different devotees. So whenever the time, when we are doing some menial services or taking bath, any other times we can always hear the glories of the Lord, and that is the only solution. In the 11th canto it comes in one of the slokas where Lord Krishna, when he was disappearing from this world, he thinks that I have come here, I performed the pastimes, so that people will get the opportunity to hear about his glories, his glorious deeds, activities, his qualities, so that people get absorbed by hearing the glories and by seeing the deity form. Because Lord appeared, people know how the Lord looks like when he comes to this material world. So by seeing the beauty of the Lord, one will his eyes get absorbed in the beauty of the Lord rather than the beauty of the external outside things. So the eyes get satisfied by seeing the beauty of the Lord rather than the beauty of the outside things. And by hearing the glories of the Lord, his ears get absorbed, and by hearing the glorious deeds of the Lord, one gets fully follow in the engage his whole body in the service of the Lord. Hello, by remembering the Lord through our mind and through our mouth, speaking the glories of the Lord, and by our body engage in the service of the Lord. So by this way, one should engage in hearing the glories of the Lord, and that is the way we get purified. Shanutam Swakata Krishna Punyashravan Ketana Hridayantastu Abhadrane Vidanoti Susatam. So we should take this opportunity to hear the glories of the Lord. By remembering the Lord only we get purified, and that is the purpose of Lord descending to this world and performing all his pastimes. And here also in these slokas, prayers of the person where Vedas, the same kind of slokas comes there. So let us enthusiastically in this month help each other to render better devotional service by engaging in hearing and chanting, by rendering services. When we go yatra, we get opportunity to serve devotees also, and we get opportunity to hear. So in a begging mood, we can use this month, we can engage in devotional service in this month, in this Kartik month. So I beg your prayers for me so that I will engage in this month enthusiastically. Kartik month. Hare Krishna. If anybody have any questions or comments. Otherwise, we'll end. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.